ignore my hair. The shrinkage is definitely there, but I'm gonna be giving y'all the very much long awaited 6th grade advice, because y'all are asking for this a lot and I didn't know like y'all actually wanted this that much. But I got a whole list of stuff, so I'm gonna try not to skip any parts. I hope this helps y'all. And I'm going to 7th grade year, for everyone wondering. So this is for all my upcoming 6th graders. Take these tips wisely, because speaking from experience, you know. Well, not all of them from experience. All of them is just from knowledge. Some of them, but that made no sense. Some of them from knowledge, some of them from experience. Okay. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get right into the video. So the first topic I want to talk about, and sorry if I keep touching my hair, I just feel like, I don't know, I like it today. It's just a little short because shrinkage. But the first topic I'm gonna get into is hygiene. So hygiene is a very, very, very important thing, like especially as a teenager. Like when you're growing into a teenager, that's something that you want to take very seriously. Boy, girl, whatever you identify as, you need to take that seriously. So if you are a girl, and boys need this too, but when you're a girl, you need to like carry a carry-on bag, like a small little tote bag with you. Let me show you mine. So this is like my little bag that I use, but you like need to carry lotion, pads or tampons, whichever you use. You need to carry I like to carry gum to keep your breath fresh, carry some money just in case, carry all the essentials that you need, but most definitely keep you some deodorant, lotion, pads or tampons, or panty liners if you're a girl especially. So that's like, sorry for my AirPod, that's like the things that you need, like in that bag or anywhere in your bag. You need those things, because even if you haven't gotten it yet, you don't know when it can happen. So just be on the lookout. Just carry something that keeps you smelling good all day. So that lotion, the deodorant, gonna come in handy, promise. And I've seen a couple boys in my school, they get like roller colognes, like the ones that you roll like your wrist and your neck and stuff like that, and they put all over their body. That helps them stay fresh throughout the day, and deodorant of course. So y'all boys can get into that. Especially after PE. If you have PE as a class period, you're gonna definitely need that deodorant at all times. Okay. And then the next topic is grades, and grades is like one of the second biggest, well, it's kind of the first biggest when it comes to like school. So yeah, take your grades seriously, because okay, I'm like looking over here because my phone has like all the things. I'm just gonna hold it up here. Don't tell me I'm looking down, you know. Okay, but grades, you take the grades seriously. Okay, so in elementary school, or at least on my elementary school years, I was never taught to study, but studying is something that you need to pick up on. So when you get like notes, study those notes the night before, the week before, the day of. Sometimes you need to study those notes, because those will help you on tests, quizzes, finals, stuff like that. You need to study, because I promise you, studying comes in hand. Like the days that I didn't study, I would get not bad grades, but I could do much better. So it's just like, study because you know your potential and you need to fulfill your potential. So studying is just one of those things that you need to pick up on, and turning your things on time, because one late assignment can lead you into a failing class. You don't want that. You don't want that at all, because failing grades, they're not something that you want to have. Okay, unless, I don't know what you got going on if you want failing grades, but not something you do not want failing grades. So turn your things on time. And some teachers, if you turn in late, there are sometimes you are turning in late. It happens to the best of us, but some teachers will like accept it and other ones won't. So it's best to just get everything turned in on time. You never know the type of teacher they are. So that's my quote of the year: turn your stuff in on time, because you just never know. Like, and sometimes it'd be worth like a big grade. Like at the end of the year, I want to see, like, honestly, like the day before the last day of school and the day before that, like we were presenting these things, and if I turned that in late, I wouldn't know what have happened, because they made you turn your posters into this locker, like to this room, and they locked it after the due date was over. I turned mine, of course, got a 100. But just for the people who didn't do that, like they could have failed because they didn't follow the rules. That's what I'm trying to say. So friends, okay, so when I watch these advice videos, people are like, oh, keep your circle small, you don't want it too big of a circle, yada yada yada. say you have this friend from kindergarten, y'all locked in. This one friend from second grade, y'all locked in as well. This one friend, like all the friends that you, I'm not saying keep your circle small, but if you have a lot of friends that you trust, keep those friends. It's not just keeping your circle small, it's keeping all the friends that you trust and the true friends that are true to you. Don't keep friends in your life who are not benefiting you for the better, who are like putting negative energy on you. Don't keep those friends. Keep the friends who are benefiting you for the better and who are trying to motivate you in the best way possible and keep a positive energy around you. So always have those type of friends around you, and always have helpful friends. Okay, helpful friends is something that like you need, especially going to middle school, because you never know which friend you're gonna have a class with. You might have one friend in third period, another one in fourth period. You just never know. So you always need to have those helpful friends where you guys can receive help from one another. So that is something that like I picked up on. Like in third period, I had this one friend, she helped me so much in every class period really, but you know. So always have that helpful friend. Make sure all your friends are helpful, honestly, but you know, I feel like I'm just talking a lot of nothing. But okay, so the next thing I'm gonna get into is sports and staying active. So I say stay active. I don't care, like I don't, just stay active, because staying active will literally help you so much. Like my dad told me, it was mainly my dad, my mom told me something too, but my dad told me going into middle school, that's when kids start to work on themselves, you know, like get into sports, get more active, yada yada and stuff like that. And he is right. Like when I went into middle school, there was a lot of kids doing basketball, some boys doing football, other girls doing volleyball, softball, track, dance, gymnastics, stuff like that. So it's just like you always want to stay active, like whether your sport is in the school, outside of the school, at AAU, wait, that's what it's called, AAU football. That, I mean, is it just basketball? I don't know what it is. I don't know, but whatever it is, stay active. Even if you don't have a sport that you participate in, and you just stay at home, get your daily walks in, work out, just do something that keeps you active, because it really benefits you. I do gymnastics that helps me keep active, so that's what I do to keep myself active, and I practice throughout the house. So yeah, but always do something that keeps you active, because I promise you, staying active will honestly benefit you, because pacing through those hallways, up and down the stairs, you just go up stairs, doing all that stuff, it takes a lot of energy, and you don't want to be out of breath. So especially in PE. In PE, they do make you condition, not condition, but like work out, or at least in my gym. So be prepared for that, you know. That's another reason to keep yourself active, like to maintain your weight and things like that. I'm not saying to go on a diet, I'm saying just stay active, so it wouldn't get to that point where you feel like you need to go on a diet, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing is dress code. So like in the beginning of the school year, I want to say like towards the middle as well, I went on this school field trip where I went to elementary schools, and I talked to like 5th graders mainly and 4th graders some about going into 6th grade and stuff like that, and their biggest questions were about dress code. So my school dress code is not too intense, like it's not unbendable, like you just can't wear anything, like, you know, it's not like that. But then again, if you do happen to bend it, which I have before, if you do happen to bend it, which I have done before, don't bend it too much. You don't want to like the person, like your school says no crop tops, don't pull up to school in a bra. That's just uncalled for, unnecessary. So dress code, some dress code rules are really like, what's the purpose? There's no purpose in this dress code, but you need to learn to follow certain dress code. If the dress code, okay, we have this one dress code, nobody followed it, nobody got in trouble for it, it's really not a dress code, shouldn't be up on there. But if you were wearing leggings, your t-shirt had to be long enough to cover your butt. Nobody followed that. That was one of those dress codes that were like bendable. And then there was other dress codes like don't wear spaghetti straps, don't wear beanies and hats, don't wear crop tops, don't wear like, you know, shorts that are above the thigh or above things, something like that. Don't do stuff like that. Those are the things that can get you in trouble for. So be careful with dress code. Even though it's dumb, you need to follow it, because you don't want to be this person who doesn't follow dress code and then you get in trouble for it. Because that's like, I know a lot of people who got ISS for dress code, and it's just like getting ISS for dress code was very like, it was avoidable, so that was on you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying. Okay, lockers. So this was like another topic when it came to me talking to like the 5th and 4th graders. But lockers, people have like a lot of questions about lockers, like, oh, how do you get your combination, yada yada this, yada yada that. Okay, so at my school I had to pay for my locker, which I will be doing next year, which I plan on doing actually. I don't know if like the plan is full throttle going on, but I really want to pay for a locker. But we had to pay for a locker. It was like $5, not too expensive. Some schools may adjust lockers to all, and movies they do that, I don't know, but in my school we had to pay for ours. And once you pay for yours, your teacher, your homeroom teacher mainly, or the teacher, the class period you're in, they will give you your combination, and they will let you go outside and practice opening your locker and stuff like that. But lockers, they're not really mandatory. And if I'm being for real, lockers, they just help you get your books from class to class. You don't really need them. Like, you can live without them. I promise you. If you don't get a locker, you won't be like the weird kid who doesn't have a locker. You just won't have a locker, and that's perfectly fine. You get to classes quicker, stuff like that. So maybe I won't get a locker next year. We'll have to see. But it's just like, you don't really need a locker. I promise you, if you don't get a locker, you will be perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with you. You just don't have a locker, and that's perfectly fine, because the lockers, they really did nothing for us. We stored our lunch, our books, and stuff like that, and you might have decorated it. Some people decorated it, but for what? Just take it all out, you know? Come on now. Something that wasn't talked about when I was talking to the people, upcoming 6th graders, but that should have been discussed, is respect. So respect is like something when it comes to middle school, because when you're watching middle school movies, high school movies, any movies, upperclassmen is really high school, like seniors and stuff like that. So like when you hop into the 6th grade, the 12th grade, that's when you see bullying and stuff like that. That's when the respect was down the line. No, don't do that. Respect is really, really important in 6th grade, because you get in trouble when you're in middle school, probably in high school too, I wouldn't know. But when you're in middle school, that's when you start getting in trouble for more things. Like in elementary school, they let stuff slide off because you're still considered like a baby. You're still in you're still in elementary school. But when you enter middle school, it's always like, oh, you know better, you know this. So when you're talking back to a teacher, even if that might not seem disrespectful to you, in some way they'll make it disrespectful, and you need to watch what you say. Watching what you say is also something that you need to keep mind of. Like watching what you say to your teacher, you can get in trouble for saying something that might have sounded off to them. Or when you're just talking to somebody, like having a conversation, and you say something and they might like flip your words, that can lead into drama. So just try to keep your words censored, you know, and like, you know, like just be safe with your words, because you don't want to end up flip-flopping your words and then yabba yabba this, yabba yabba that, boop boop bop bop, boom. You don't want that. Okay, and then another topic is like phones, electronics, stuff like that. Okay, so my school, honestly, the rumors that I've heard before I got there, oh, you're allowed to have your phones, you're allowed to have your phones. And when I got there, it made it seem like you're allowed to have your phones. But then later on to the year, they said like the last class year before me, they were just so bad with phones, people weren't allowed to have phones. So it's really depending on your school. Like phones is not something that like applies for all schools, applies for no schools. That's up to your school, but there will be some teachers, even if your school is like a no phone policy rule, whatever, I promise you there'll be like at least one teacher or one day of the school year you're like allowed to have your phone. It's just not completely like phone free zone unless your like school is really strict on that. So, you know, stuff like that. But that's really all I had to say for the 6th grade advice. I don't know what else to say, because that's all I needed when I was going to 6th grade. So I feel like that's all you guys will need when you're going to 6th grade, if you are going to 6th grade or anything like that, you're preparing for 6th grade, anything like that. I feel like since that's all I needed, that's all you might need. Hey, we're 2 different people, so I wouldn't know. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And as y'all can see, I'm posting weekly. Well, it's kind of been like 8 days or 9 days since I posted, but that's still like around the timeline of a week in my opinion. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week or whenever I post again, because you just never know with me.